Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. Today I wanted to do a collective reading, and in continuing the method that I have been guided to share with you, I'm going to go ahead and briefly talk about the numerology aspect of the day, and then we'll get into the cards. Okay, so today, December 6th, 2024, is a number 17, which breaks down to an 8, which is why I have the star card here, 17, and it breaks down to the strength card, the number 8. So we'll dive into that. The 8th day is represented by Saturn, and Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius energy. The star card is also represents Aquarius energy, which currently the moon is in Aquarius. Today is Friday, so it's a Venus day, Taurus and Libra. The energy could be potent for you at this time. Also, because the 6th day today, is also ruled by Venus, so it's like you get a double dose of that energy, of your own energy. So I got this quote for the number 8, and it says, "The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new." And I think that's what the star card represents, which comes right after the Tower card, which we had yesterday. And you have to, before you can build anew, you have to pour into your creation from the soul in a sort of way. You have to wash out the old energy before the new creative energy can manifest. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to... Should I do this part first? Or the book? Okay. Okie dokie. So we're reading from the 78 Degrees of Wisdom, A Tarot Journey to Self-Awareness. Rachel Pollack is the author. And I won't read as much as I did yesterday. I hope not. I just get carried away. But I do want to read what the star card, what it says about the star card. It says, "After the storm, peace. The person who undergoes emotional upheaval finds afterward a sense of calm and emptiness. Lay the cards out for someone who has never seen them, and the star will hardly need interpretation. Everything in it speaks of wholeness, openness, and healing." I'll leave it up. "It is worth comparing the star with Temperance, where we also see a figure pouring water and holding 2 cups, with 1 foot on land and 1 in water. Both cards come after a crisis, but where Temperance is controlled, the star is free. Not clothed, but naked, not standing stiffly, but supple and relaxed. And finally, where Temperance pours the water back and forth, blending, but at the same time conserving, the Star Maiden pours it out freely, confident that life will continually supply her with new energy. The picture suggests all those mythical chalices that could never be emptied. The tower's release of energy ripped away the veil of consciousness. Here, in the star, we are behind the veil. The pool of water, small though it is, represents the unconscious, the same water we saw concealed behind the pillars of the High Priestess. Now this universal life energy has been stirred up by the act of pouring the person's own life waters into it. The water being poured onto land indicates that the energy freed by the tower is directed outwards as well as inwards. It links the unconscious with the outer reality of the physical world. One way to describe the stream of water is as the archetypes of myth, the images through which the unconscious expresses itself. The unconscious is a whole without shape or division, but it emerges into awareness through the separate streams of mythology. With the star, we have gone beyond myth to its source as formless energy, as light coming out of darkness. The transformation of darkness into light is the unconscious, the hidden vastness within us, changed into the ecstatic awareness. I don't know what just happened there. I felt like like I had to take a gulp of water. That was interesting. Okay. The transformation of darkness into light is the unconscious, the hidden vastness within us, changed into the ecstatic awareness of super consciousness. I'll leave it there. I want to keep reading. Goodness, I want to keep reading, but I'll let it be, because I would not like to sit there and listen to a whole lecture just reading. So you see the star is this liberated release of creative energy. And now, after being liberated from that tower experience, in any way that we were confined or imprisoned or felt a certain sense of confinement, basically, now that we're able to express our strength. This is Leo energy. And what I notice here, this makes me think of like the two eyes when Leo, to me, in this image, is the third eye part. It's like when you take your Aries and Sagittarius, your short-term passion, your long-term vision, and then you get fixated on the actual vision. You find a way to control your ego. You find a way to discipline yourself to act in balance towards your own passions, towards your desires, towards the things that you truly love. And there's no, it's not really about the right and wrong, like this way is better than this way versus this or that, right? The ability to manage oneself, to have self-control isn't necessarily some would see that as being like somehow being, like we were talking about that tower, being in prison. Like, what do you mean I can't just let loose or just let it all out, let myself do whatever? But in this case, the intuitive vision, it's about the long-term vision. It's about being able to withhold the energy in order to have what it takes to build. Okay? To build upon that vision, to have the strength to build upon that vision, to create that vision. Okie dokie. So, what I do want, this is what I was debating earlier, whether or not to read this first or that. This is Love Notes by Mark Anthony, a poet that I follow online. And I was led to read two of his poems. The first one is called Sabotage. It says, if they don't deserve you, part of them knows it, and they will sabotage the relationship because they lack the courage to say goodbye. Take this as the best blessing they could give and move on to find the one who deserves somebody as beautiful and rare as you. So that's the first one. The next one is called The Siren's Song. She walked along the beach, letting the warm water spill over her feet and ankles and just the kiss of the ocean and the touch of the sand made her feel as seductive as the siren torn between two lovers, one calling from the land, the other calling from the sea. I love his poems. Alrighty. So we have this very Venusian energy today, but there's also this Saturn sense of control. It's a free sense of control, if you know what I mean. It's like if I'm limited in any way, it's by my own doing. It's for a purpose. If I'm wherever I'm, there's a focus of energy that has become very intentional. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and do a quick general reading for the collective and see what else. Oh, so today, not only is it a day 8, but keep in mind that the year 2024 is an 8 year, which is the year of the dragon. So today could be especially significant for anyone that identifies with the energy of the dragon in Chinese astrology. So you may be faced with a decision in terms of a lesson about heartbreak. For some, you escaped a devil situation by focusing on building, creating, but you definitely released yourself from any attempts at of you being controlled outside of your own free will. Okay, I feel like this Mars in Leo, isn't Mars in Leo right now? It's in reverse here, and I also think it might be retrograde. Is it? I don't know. I think, I'm not sure. But anyway, what was once defensive, I feel like there's either the fight is over or there is no fight. There's nothing to defend here or to protect even, it feels. Because we have love. So maybe this energy was trying to make you feel like you had to defend and protect your space, like you were under attack of some sorts. But there was nothing to fight. There's only love here. That's how you're seeing it. There's only love here. But somebody isn't very happy about that. Someone that thought they had it all is very unhappy right now because you were not, they could not trap you in this devil energy. And this devil energy could be a lot of things. Just the feeling of guilt or shame or feeling inadequate or feeling unworthy in any way. Feeling desperate in any way. Or feeling just like if there's a huge evil over you. That energy, it does not have power over you. And for some, it could be playing on your root chakra. This person that was, for some reason, they were getting some kind of gluttonous pleasure out of trying to create this kind of energy over you. And, but when you let go of the fight, simply because the fight wasn't yours, let me put this here, sorry. Simply because it wasn't your battle to fight in a certain way. You put down your weapons and you trusted and you offered your cup, you offered love. And that sounds cliche, but it's not so black and white, obviously. It's not like, oh, someone's coming to attack me and I'm just going to be like, I love you, brother, sister, like, no. We're talking about like, you're not in the defensive mode because you're coming from a space of love. You're not in attack mode. So if somebody comes to you kind of like aggressive or with a certain energy that's uncalled for, you can already feel that this person is unhappy. You can already feel that this person is trapped in their own ways, and maybe they're projecting their frustrations. I feel like when people are not really giving their someone withheld an offer of partnering with you. Now this could just be like someone that didn't agree with you, or like let's say there was something going on and they didn't side with you, sort of thing. It could be like maybe there was someone was talking about you and they made their point about you to someone else. And somehow the other person took their side or was convinced of what they said and basically turned their backs on you based on this person's argument about you. So this is giving like maybe like ex vibes. Like family members might have sided with this person just because it's their person, you know what I mean? Like their family member, not because they're correct, not because they're right, not because they were doing the right thing. They weren't giving to the connection in some ways. You're not fighting for any position with whoever this person is. You're just here in your space of contentment, okay? Open, receptive to love in general. And for whatever reason, this person just doesn't like that. They're unhappy. And I'm guessing that, there is such a thing as envy, simply because, if you're happy or you're open to the new, if they're not able to, it's going to feel hard for them to be happy for you if they're not happy with themselves. That makes sense. There was a love offer, perhaps. Somebody was sincere with their affection. It seems like you're at peace. I think maybe you're at peace with the fact that you were sincere with the reason you were not defensive, or the reason you're not in a battle with whoever this person is simply because you were open to love. You were sincere about your affection. You're at peace with mentally at peace with being in balance with yourself. I feel like maybe you learned a hard lesson, or a lesson about happiness, about true contentment, about maybe getting over idealized this is Jupiter in Pisces. You can see the joy of like everything you could possibly dream of, everything you could ever want, everything like the ideal of happiness is this card upright, okay? And then in reverse, it's almost like you learned about those ideals of happiness are not always what they seem. So perhaps this person, it gives me the scene of Count of Monte Cristo when Mercedes tells Fernand, who's Dantes, that's his best friend, the main character, his best friend who is wealthy. Dantes is not. He's like very, he's poor but humble, kind, just happy with life, just has his girlfriend, has his job. He's just happy. He's just happy. He has a good life. He's content. Aspiring towards better, but genuinely a kind-hearted person and innocent in that way. And his friend is conniving and just like this evil kind of energy. And it's like, it bothers him to see his friend happy. It bugs him, it irks him, because he's miserable. No matter how much wealth he has, no matter how much money he has, he's just miserable because he doesn't have the things he wants. And then when he can get them, it's either by force, and he knows that he's not really receiving what he wants sincerely, because he doesn't know how to genuinely give it, which is love. So take that message as you will. We have the Magician here. I feel like you learned about this illusionary happiness, right? Of like people putting, like, bestowing all this like illusion of grandeur or of abundance in your face. Like, look, you could have it all, you could have it all. You knew there was strings attached. And because you were able to see, you shed light. Okay, you shed light on the devil energy, and it just couldn't come. It's like you were able to see ahead of their tactics. And when you shed light to what they're doing, they can't control you. This is the energy from yesterday again. This person that's happy, or that would have, the person that would have been happy to put you in this devil energy and keeping you this way, they wanted to keep you from succeeding on your own, or just being in your peace, just being in this energy of tranquility, of grace, of balance. They didn't want to give to you because they figured if they give you that one little coin, like let's say you were in this position of, that you weren't completely independent, and they could have helped you, to sustain yourself by just helping a little bit, supporting you a little bit. This person wasn't. They were withholding energy. They were withholding